And welcome y'all to Blacker the motherfucking Berry. It is your man Dean. That's the madman over there, Los. And we got special guests in the building, but I know y'all remember this young man. It's the man, Mr. Free World. What's going on, baby? How you feeling? Return it.
And 2 in 1 season.
You know what I'm saying? Now listen. Y'all know about Mr. Free World. You know to go to his Instagram handle. You know that he covers, basically, you understand that he's not only a social content creator, but look at all of his dapperness. You can go right to his IG and you can literally pick up and place any kind of orders to get the Free World paraphernalia and apparel.
It's like transparent right here.
Or you can have him make your shit up if you want to. You see what I'm saying? So you see what I'm saying? He does a custom, and he did a whole bunch of cool shit for Los with for BTB. So y'all go check him out.
That's my guy right there.
Now y'all already know about him, so we gonna get into. We just gonna jump right on into it. We were just talking about Trump. Let's get right into it. Fuck it.
Oh man.
We're gonna get on that.
I thought we was having another conversation.
Oh, we are. But we were just having this conversation with Trump, so let's just have it, and then we're gonna give him the likes. Now listen, do I think Trump is gonna win this upcoming term? I do. So, I don't believe that Democrats have a viable candidate for the man.
But not only that, but I think that
and this whole impeachment proceedings is like it's smoke and mirrors.
Partially agree with you. I think that in terms of, if you look at the last elections, we are humans. We're creatures of habit. We're very familiar. So usually the last couple of presidents served 2 terms because they're already there. Yeah, you know, so I get it.
George Bush got a second term.
Right. But
we didn't really know so much about George Bush that we know about Trump. It was kind of leaking out a
and
little bit through his presidency.
Not only that,
we knew flat out what
we know Bush was fucking dumb. We knew it was dumb.
And he was an alcoholic.
Right. But Trump is like, he drew Bush out the water.
We knew that, and we knew what type of president we were dealing with.
And we still elected him. That's what I'm saying. Like, he still got
2020 might be risky.
The only thing I'm saying is that everybody forgets. Like when we were last year, when it was Trump versus Hillary, which first of all, that's the first part the Democratic Party fucked up with. The minute that you cut Bernie Sanders at the knees to support this bitch Hillary Clinton, y'all were all
paid him off. Yeah.
They were fucked up for that shit. Like no, they literally had an internal email going on in the Democratic Party saying, "Yo, we're banging with Hillary. We ain't fucking with Bernie." That's what
they paid him to stop campaigning, right?
They didn't pay him to stop campaigning. They just put all their money towards Hillary. You see what I'm saying?
But he shut down. He shut down his campaign.
Well, because he didn't win the nomination, and then he didn't want to go as an independent because he wasn't trying to split votes. See, he was being a politician at the end of the day because he was like, you know what? He did what was for the greater good of the country.
And obviously, if all those people switch on you, they took their funding away.
100%. But what Bernie could have done, which definitely would have basically gave Trump the White House, was if he would have ran, he would have split the votes within the Democratic Party because there's some people who would have still rocked with Hillary. Then you would have had some going with Trump. Going with Bernie. But that's splitting the party because Donald Trump is the only representative from the Republican Party. So he's getting all of those votes. And then he's working on those middle votes that everybody's trying to get, which would be split between Hillary and Bernie. So the candidate that the Democrats were supposed to have was Bernie last term. Now they don't have an answer, which is why you got this whole impeachment inquiry going on.
I mean,
it's not going to happen from it.
Do Republicans have a forefront right now too?
Trump. That's who's running for the Republicans. Donald Trump.
Besides Trump.
No, it doesn't matter right now. You don't have to worry about the next Republican frontrunner until about 2 years after Trump, like 2 years within his next run. That's when you'll start to hear the rumblings of who potentially could be the next candidate for the Republicans.
How about this then? Does him getting impeached? Let's say he gets impeached but doesn't get removed from office.
Right.
Does that ruin his chances of then getting reelected?
No, it's Donald Trump.
How not?
It's Donald Trump.
How not though?
We put him in office.
You got him. Let's say you got impeached.
Donald Trump. He also said that I want to grab bitches by the pussy.
Okay.
You
absolutely right.
He also has open sexual lawsuits open right now currently.
But
motherfucker don't give in his taxes.
I feel like there's no coming back from that.
He's a typical New York mobster, baby, and we still put him in there.
All right, now fucking God. Now he's Gotti, right? Now he's a fucking Teflon Don.
Look at how he moves.
Nah, he does move like a gangster. Right? I ain't gonna lie, he does.
Is Trump not the most gangster president we've ever had?
I don't really pay too much attention specifically to Trump.
I got you.
Obama is.
But
Trump is way more gangster than Obama.
Obama called Putin
I'm real curious on what's gonna happen.
Well, who are you?
I'm just looking towards 2020.
So I
haven't paid too much attention to what he's been doing.
I got you. So, but then who, as of right now, out of all the Democratic candidates that you do know of, who would you say that you would think is going to be, who could potentially be?
I keep hearing Bernie Sanders. I keep hearing him.
I mean, Birdie's like what 80-something years old. The dude's got a lot of social ideologies, and I just don't know, man. Because first of all, people don't like socialism. That's one, and then two, you old as hell, and it's like. Can you even survive a term? You know what I'm saying?
I didn't put that. I didn't really.
And he just caught that heart
But
attack.
I keep hearing his name. I keep hearing he has a good chance
Because he's got steam. Because you know why? He's got the black vote already. You know what I mean? He's already black people support him already.
No, we've actually so black people actually had to call his punk ass out too. Some of his supporters, and this is and it goes back to my original point.
But not him though.
No, they called him out too because they wanted his answer. And this goes back to my thing of black people need to stop block voting for fucking Democrats. I love what fucking our Latin American brothers and sisters do. You know what they do? Vote all over the fucking place.
Yeah.
These motherfuckers, you may be able to corner, let's say, like the Puerto Ricans per se. You see what I'm saying? But you're not. But you're not going to be able to lump all of Latin America together. Like Cubans are historically conservative.
How
Like,
many
you see
of
what I'm
them
saying?
do you think are not voting though?
A shit ton.
But then I also think there's a shit. No, but I also think there's a shit ton voting because you know why they take their civil liberties a little more serious. And the reason I'm saying it is because they are, some of the people who have the chance to vote, they're first generation, second generation Americans. They understand the power that comes. Like, okay, I can vote to help make my family.
I would like to
situation
look
easier.
at those numbers. I don't know.
I
would
don't
like
know the
to
numbers
look
off
at
the top
those
of my head
numbers.
either.
Like where do they fall versus black people? I know obviously we know white people where they stand as far as voting, but versus like minorities, where do we all stand? Chinese people and all that.
The Chinese are they're usually a little bit more conservative. Like I said, when it comes to the Spanish community, don't get me wrong, you do have a lot of
that's where it
Democratic
starts,
parties. Yeah,
in the community. That if we could deal with the communities alone,
100%,
then you can control the vote a lot more.
But what I'm saying is that the Hispanic population is going to block vote for what works for them.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Like the reason the Cubans vote the way that they vote is because like they as a whole are agreeing with that. Like that is their ideology, and they're getting. If you go down to Florida, you can see why they vote the way they do because you're in the culture.
Right. I get it.
Black people.
So you're saying
have a black vote? I mean, we're block voting for Democrats for what fucking reason? Like, what do we got to show for it? We just recently got a museum, like the National African American Museum. We just got that recently, but okay, that's cute, that's nice. But like, what's going on with our like economy, like our commerce, like what have we gotten good from the Democratic Party?
But what would what would the Republican Party do for us?
Have we tried? We haven't even had a conversation to see if they would meet our goals.
What about this conversation? Sure. A new party arising. Because
That's
I've
what
heard
needs
this
to be done.
conversation
That's what needs
come
to be
up
done.
a few times.
Independence and stuff. That whole,
Yeah, like
it needs to be
like
a
just
Green
a new
Party?
Yeah.
Or just a black, or like a black party, like legitimate, like I'm
Nah,
not
come
like,
on.
Yeah,
You can't swing it one way. You just gotta.
No, because I think
because,
it would be nice to see that.
no, but and the only reason I'm saying that is because,
But not just black though. Like
An independent party.
100%.
You could be part of the independent
party,
but you gotta
100%.
take some Spanish people too.
No, I'm fine with it. No, you know what it is? And whenever I'm saying stuff like that, it isn't
doesn't
to
mean just
exclude
black
anybody.
people.
Yeah, I'm not even excluding anybody. What I mean is for Black America can learn something from our Spanish brothers and sisters. Like y'all came over here.
We spoke about this before.
Yeah,
Right.
And it's really the shit is. I say the shit every season. That's the same thing. Like motherfuckers got it. Like they are running y'all are
It's a lot
in
of
y'all
unity.
like son.
the unity.
You see what I'm saying? Like they're operating, they're
And
moving
it's a collective identity too. It's like, you know what I mean? Like black people, we move is like, I gotta get rich, or I gotta do this, or I gotta do this. Where it's like most of the time in the Spanish community, you come together. It's like everybody has the same.
Putting on for everybody.
Yeah, everybody has the same objective. You know what I'm saying?
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, listen, like the game plan is the same for all of us, and these are the resources that you use. You know what I'm saying? Y'all don't have like a crab in the barrel mindset.
They played a role.
A little bit
though.
less.
A little bit. No, I'm not saying that it's not.
there, it's
No,
there.
I'm not saying
Oh,
it's not
definitely
there.
there. It's definitely there.
But when you look at right now,
But I come from both sides too. My father's black, my
Jermaine,
mother's
yeah,
Puerto
absolutely.
Rican, so it's like
so you like obviously I'm painting a really good picture. But what I'm saying is look at per capita from an African American standpoint. Look at African American per capita versus our Latin American culture
Yeah,
per
you can
capita.
see it.
Y'all
You
are
can see it.
doing
You can see it.
way
It's
way fucking
Clear.
better. You see what I'm saying? Like who owns the grocery stores?
Especially
Who
I'm about to
owns
say.
the corner stores? Who's going to do your landscaping? Who's your electrician? Who's your carpenter? Who's your doctor?
in this area predominantly.
Who's your accountant?
Especially
Because-
here.
Who is- you see what I'm
especially
saying?
You see people where there is like Spanish speaking communities, they dominate it. You know what I'm saying?
And they own and they got no fucking. They don't need to learn English. And fuck you, bitch.
Right? Exactly.
Learn. Do you speak Spanish?
Yeah.
No, I don't want to talk to you otherwise.
Exactly.
I'm good. I don't need your services.
Exactly.
I'll call my mans.
And in our African American communities, you don't see the same. You like strive for greatness. You know what I'm saying?
No.
Like it's completely shut down, and it's like savagery, basically.
They got us good.
Yeah,
That's
but I think that has a lot to do with knowing where you from too, because we as black people we come here, we don't know specifically where everybody's from.
Facts.
So Spanish people come here and they know where they come from. They stand with that. You know what I mean? It's different heritage, man.
100%.
But that's another thing. That's another thing because, and Umar Johnson talked about this on the Breakfast Club, how African Americans don't really have.
Let's hold on. Give me a second. Let's say Dr. Umar Johnson. Let's give him some.
My bad.
Let's give him some respect.
My bad.
He is.
He knows he's a doctor.
He is radical as shit, and we don't say some of y'all may not have any agreements with him, but he is a brother who has a PhD.
He knows he's a doctor. I don't got to do that all the time.
No, it's not. It's not for him. It's for. It's for you know what I'm saying.
For the masses who don't know. Yes,
absolutely.
Doctor. But anyway, he was talking about how let's say if you Venezuelan or you Puerto Rican, you have identity to cling yourself back to. Where in African American situation, you don't, because the connect between Africa and African Americans out here is you pin it against each other. You know what I'm saying? So it's like that's another thing too that kind of factors in. Like that identity is like. You're proud. You know what I'm saying? You Puerto Rican, you Cuban, you Colombian, whatever. You're proud. You come to the U.S., you're still proud. You're still a proud Colombian. You're still Colombian as a citizen. You know what I'm saying? You understand what it means. For African Americans, it's like, what's our history?
Well, you know what it is? Like, not for nothing. Like,
either we're slaves or what? You know what I'm saying? Like, we don't know.
You're right, but I do think there is one thing that we do need to do in the African American community, and is start actually owning the fact that, like, I'm an American, and without me without my ancestors, this motherfucker would not be running this smooth. It wouldn't without facts. It's the reason you motherfuckers brought us over here.
Yeah.
So what I'm saying is that yes, our past is married in fucking fuckery, nonsense, bullshit, racism,
bloodshed,
fucking genocide, like just just
still
some
ongoing,
some fuckery going on. But we have to realize that one, we haven't left because we can't go anywhere else. No one really wants us. So it's like, all right.
Well, Africa's really stepping up and taking.
They
Ghana,
say that
Nigeria.
That shit. They say that shit until they start getting enough of us Americans over here, and then they start getting their own Trump to ship our asses back over here. It all sounds cute until you in somebody else's backyard.
Have you been to Africa before?
What happened?
Have you been to Africa before?
I have not.
All right. So
but but there's nationalists. But there's nationalists everywhere.
Absolutely.
But listen, I haven't been to Africa, but I've talked to enough Africans to know how they feel about African Americans.
Where
everybody thinks that we're everybody thinks that African Americans are lazy. They don't understand how we aren't better.
Well, shit, to compare to their standards,
they don't understand why we aren't in the better position that we are right now, being in what they consider the greatest country in the world, America.
They also understand racism, though.
They understand racism.
Colorism,
they may not understand the systematic oppression of it that's going on in America.
Right.
But what I'm saying is how we're viewed upon the world.
Right.
No one really cares about us.
No matter what color skin you are, American, period, you're viewed as lazy to the outside world.
Yeah. Because we access.
Everything is just so accessible.
We have luxury.
There are a lot of people here who are really lazy.
That's the luxury. It's the luxury. Luxury.
But I'm saying, like, Americans, yes, we do have that, but it's definitely no one gives a fuck about African American. Like, okay, so remember, like,
don't feel so attacked, Dean.
Oh, no, I'm not feeling.
No, I'm black, brother. We're black. We here with you. We here with you.
I know, but what I'm just trying to state is that, fuck, I can't.
Don't come in on there.
No, but what I'm saying is we need to own up to that. Like, listen,
my bad.
At the end of the day,
my bad, King.
I'm fucking American. Both of them, like,
talk, King.
Both of my, like, I can trace. I can trace my father's grandmother, my father's mother, maternal side. I can trace back the first slave.
Okay.
Where he came from Carolina.
Oh shit.
But like, excuse me, came to Carolina. Like I've been to the plantation.
Wow.
That my family was on. Yeah. Wow. So yes, we came from somewhere. But generations were built and bred in America. As far as I know, what I can trace back to is in America. Like, it stops from when he got, because he was sold in Virginia, brought to Carolina. That's all I know. I don't know where he came from before that.
Yeah, sometimes it's a nonstop flight.
You see what I'm saying?
But sometimes it's a stop.
But what I'm saying is that All I know is that as of right now, like, I'm American. My family traced back to America, and that America wouldn't be running as ill as it is without. It wouldn't be without us.
I know, but
see what I'm saying?
Ill,
bro. Can we call a spade a spade?
It's ill, but
I would rather not for nothing. If I'm born again, if somebody asks where you want to go, I'm going to be an American. I'll deal with that. I know what that's about. I'll do that. I'll deal with that. I ain't going nowhere else. Where else would I go?
I can think of a couple places.
Talk to me. The Caribbean islands. I would love to go to the Caribbean islands, but I'm so scared of the fucking the rise in sea level.
Wait, you get to pick? You get to pick where you're going?
I'm saying if I was being born again, they said
and you get to pick.
I'm gonna pick America.
Yeah, that's a
good one. I don't know if I'm picking America.
I'm picking America.
No, bro. There's a different quality of life.
Do you get to hold on to your knowledge, or you're reborn fresh there from scratch?
Well, he said, "I know what America's like." So
exactly. So you get to hold on to your knowledge.
Actually, no. I'm saying no. You make the shut the fuck up. You make the decision knowing everything, but then when you're going back, you're gonna forget everything that you knew. But you get to make the decision as Dak now for future Dak. That's what I'm saying.
That's a good question.
I'm choosing America.
But you forget everything once you get there.
I'm out.
Yeah, I'm
going
picking
to
somewhere
America.
new. No, I did that already.
I'm out.
Yeah.
Where you gonna go? Because guess what? Our battle is the same everywhere. That's what I'm saying. It's the same everywhere.
Oh yeah.
So then it's the same everywhere. Then like I'm gonna just stay at least where I know. Like,
no, but you know
like
what?
there's certain liberties that I like in America.
I could deal with everyday prejudice. I can't deal with systematic racism every day. I'm sorry, I can't deal with that. You know what I'm saying? Like,
we only know about systematic racism in America. We don't know about if it's going on anywhere else.
Not as bad as in America, where it's a fucking genocide. You know what I'm saying?
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. On the African continent, they're not just over there trying to kill all of them. Right
They
now,
are.
currently.
They are. But that's
because we all understand that Africa's future.
That's malicious.
By 2050,
that's malicious. That's tyrants. That's tyrants. We're not talking about.
No, I'm talking about the shit. I'm talking about Americans. Even the Chinese are going over there trying to commit genocide because they already know that by 2050, Africa's going to be is going to have the most people per capita. Population going to be largest. Population going to be of African.
Why do you think they're burning all that shit down right now?
Attempting to.
Yeah. No. They're burning that shit down. Ain't no attempt. We'll see. Shit is being burnt.
And then also, obviously, the Chinese are developing a whole bunch of shit over there as well.
Chinese are everywhere, man. Chinese everywhere. When I went to Guyana, I was like, yo, these are Guyanese people.
Oh, so you've been to Africa?
Well, Guyana is in South America. But my family is Guyanese. So I went back, and it was cool. It was dope. It was good to see like family and people I never met before, and like all my family lives in one village and stuff like that. So that for me was like my next step is definitely Africa, but that was like my first thing.
Closest thing.
Yeah, because that was like my stop from Africa. We went to Guyana and then we came.
But you've been to Africa?
Not in theory. No, I haven't been.
You stopped in Africa?
No, I didn't.
No, he's saying his family's roots.
Yeah,
your roots. So they came from Africa to Guyana.
Right. So I haven't been to Africa yet, but Guyana was like it's like the homeland to me, but then I know that the real homeland
is your homeland. Yeah. Okay, which I'm jealous of, which I don't know. Maybe I would be singing a different tune. Like, for instance, if I'm Jamaican, if I was Guyanese, if I was, from Trinidad and Tobago, even if I was like, from Africa, like,
Nigerian or something.
Nigerian, something like that. Mm-hmm. All right, maybe we're having a different conversation.
Yeah.
But
you from the South.
I'm from
Winston-Salem.
No, nigga, I was
from
born
Greensboro,
in Syosset, New York. You know what I'm saying?
So yeah.
My mother was born fucking in Long Island. I think she was born in Oceanside, and my father was born in Perkins County, North Carolina. You know what I'm saying? Like their family was born in Carolina. You know what I'm saying? I grew up, literally running around my grandfather's acres of land with no shoes on, just running around like a little fucking bastard. You know what I'm saying? Like a country bumpkin. You see what I'm saying?
No, so you are a country bumpkin.
You feel me?
Yeah.
So for me, it's like, nah, I'm like, and then even like when I think about myself, I'm an American. I'm a black American. I'm American.
Because you're, like you said, you're like my parents are immigrants. You know
Absolutely.
what I mean? So it's like, for me, it's like, this is still all new, even though, I'm first generation. Like, this is like, you're like almost institutionalized as being an American.
I've had people fought in Vietnam. I had people fought in World War II. You know what I'm saying? I've had people fight in Desert Storm. I've had people fight in the Operation Iraqi Freedom. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, shit. I got an uncle who believes that every able-bodied male should have to go to the military. Like, you see what I'm saying? Like, I am American. But you know what my family says? We're American. The fuck out of here. Like, without us, this country wouldn't be this ill. You know what I mean? And yes, it has a lot of problems.
Yeah.
But we're able to do a lot in America as well. You see what I'm saying? Like, yes, people
even the existence of social media. Like, look at China. You can't even have Facebook over there. You know what I'm saying?
Without it being like completely institutionalized and like you post the wrong thing, you're fucking going to jail.
Right.
But at least in America, we can have this conversation.
And we have freedom of speech.
We can say, fuck you, Donald Trump.
We can.
You see what I'm saying? Even though he's going to win the next election.
FDT, you know what I'm saying?
They don't, you know what I mean? Listen, yeah, YG, but they ain't going to be no answer for him.
Fuck Donald Trump.
You know what I'm saying? But, you know,
fuck Donald Trump.
Let's get off of that fuckery.
FDT.
But we can still stay. We can still stay very close to that conversation because it's.
If you want to, fuck it. It's your world, baby.
Hold on, it ties together.
Talk to me.
How the last election was controlled so much by social media,
which is probably why they're taking away the likes. Mm-hmm. Which could be a reason why.
But not only that, but the information too. Because remember, Trump was doing with the thing with the whole search engines and shit like that, and getting what interests, what people like. So it's a huge, you know what I mean?
Not only Trump, obviously the Russian government.
So the likes being hidden this time around.
But does that really do it though? Because the information really did it.
Because it controls the analytics. Whatever you like on your phone, Trump and his committee will be able to find what you're liking.
Right.
But now that they're hidden,
right,
he won't be able to do that the next election.
No, but then yet again, you're still going to have some ultra good hacker who's going to be working for Russia or any other government.
Search engines.
And then
still
get SEOs.
And they're still going to be out there trying to influence our election because not for nothing, people, America does the same fucking thing. We just happen to have caught Russia red-handed this time. But if you don't,
yeah, we've definitely done that. We've put people in place.
We just like destabilizing governments.
Look at the whole Middle East.
That's like in our middle name.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
United. That's what we do.
United States destabilizing governments of America. Like,
yeah. Like Afghanistan. Here's your president.
It wasn't. Listen. Like we do have a few black guys on our record. Fidel Castro wasn't able to get him, but we tried. We tried everything.
The cigar and everything, yeah.
But he stayed a step ahead. But
I wish that was Gaddafi.
Yeah. Hillary Clinton, Benghazi. But but you're right. It is going to be interesting with this upcoming campaign, especially with them hiding the social media likes on how it's going to influence everybody. But
everybody.
But not.
I wonder how
what are
it's
Instagram models going to do? What are people for skits going to do?
But you're still going to have followers. Mm-hmm. So your following count. See, what the Instagram models are doing is they're presenting their Instagram accounts to brands. Mm-hmm. And the brands are paying them because of the following that they've built.
Right.
So you still have the followers. The Instagram models are not going to suffer that much. I just wonder how it's going to affect.
But what's the real purpose behind it?
I think it's to help people like us.
What is the purpose? Right. What's the purpose?
I can tell you. I think it's to help people like us. And what I mean by that is, so we got some dope content. But the one thing that we've realized is that people who really, really know you, sometimes they don't like to really support you. Like they don't really like the shit, whatever the case may be. But if the likes are hidden, then like when they're going, like some people like they'll see something dope, and then they'll see like maybe only 5 likes on it. They for some reason don't want to like it because they don't think that like the trend of it. Mm-hmm. Like it's not trendy enough for them.
Of course.
Now,
the sheep mentality.
Yeah. Now it's like make your own decision.
Speaking of trends,
sure.
The amount of likes puts your picture to a trend page, explore page.
Absolutely, 100%, as it should, which I'm cool with. But what I'm saying is like, let's say like for us, like we post a picture, and let's say like let's say like we
on
have
your news feed, yeah,
and we have like our regular fans that are going through. Some of them may not like something. They may like it. Like they may look at it and like
it themselves, but they're not going to click the like button because it doesn't have 1,000 likes.
And then, or whatever the case it may be, you know what I'm saying? Or like, they're scared to like the fact that he said Donald Trump sucks dick. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
he doesn't want to show that he liked it to everyone else.
100%.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
I hear you.
Like, wow. When we look at our algorithms,
so that will affect that scheme of things too.
So now it's like, all right, so just like if you like it, then like it at your discretion, because now it doesn't matter, because it's like when we look at our algorithms, some people in London listen to this shit.
London, what up?
What do you mean? Wait.
London.
Oh, listen to your show.
Yeah.
Okay, nice.
So you listen to our show in London, but then
What's good, bruv?
We can't really. What's up, y'all?
What's good, bruv?
Chilling. Shout out Neighborhood Goliath.
Man's got food out there, bruv.
But I don't really see anybody from London liking this shit.
Nah.
You see what I'm saying? But we know you're listening to it.
Couple. Shout out Bristol.
No, absolutely no. But that was in the beginning. But what I'm saying is like
consistently listening to it, but they're not hitting 100%. The like.
That's what I'm saying. Because even before they came on, you saw the shit. Mm-hmm. It was over there. Mm-hmm. So it's like, but like you're not getting any likes from that
Liverpool
area. Yeah, Bristol. You see what I'm saying? Yeah, but
it's
like
talking that this is gonna switch everything.
I think London talk
because now it's because I think now it's just like, all right. you can just be your own person. It doesn't matter anymore. I think that's another reason why they took away that page. I never understood why Instagram had that shit. Like you can look
at what everyone else is doing.
That shit was so fucking gay.
I didn't enjoy that.
Fuck out of here.
I didn't
Like,
enjoy
That shit got me in a lot of trouble, bro.
and it's wild annoying too because it's like
I
this
like the
person just
picture.
followed this. I was like, I don't give a fuck what making it hot. Instagram.
I didn't give a fuck. I do whatever the fuck I wanted. Like whatever.
But they also, I'm so glad we having this conversation. I was reading about it last night, and they said that you'll still be able to see who likes your stuff.
Absolutely.
But it won't be displayed.
It won't be public.
Facts.
So
Which
you'll still
I'm
have-
okay with because
I
then
like
you
that.
can still
Yeah.
quantify your what response you're getting, which
Absolutely.
is okay. You know, but it's just
It's
like.
cool, but it's weird.
Yeah, no, but at least it.
But I think it's like your idea too. Some people won't like it because maybe you only got like 5 likes on it.
Or-
if
or-
your shit
or
has
it's too
565 likes, they might like it because like, oh, he's popping. You know what I'm saying?
Because that's literally how humans think. Or like you said, like there may be people who really like some controversial shit, but because of their jobs, whatever the case may be, they don't want to
Attach it to
go too much into it like that. So, but now they got the option to like that shit, and now it does. And now like you don't see me liking that shit.
Right.
It don't matter. You don't even know I'm
I
on
didn't
that page.
think about
And
that
that's
side
another
of
thing
it.
See what I'm
too.
saying?
Think about it for relationships. Like, you know what I mean? You might
Facts.
your shit won't be obvious. You know what I'm saying?
It's a whole nother.
It's gonna get a little more.
You know what I'm saying? It's gonna get real spicy.
we are in a whole nother world right now.
Yeah, but
man.
we just present this idea because it's next week is going to be some shit, man. I'll tell you one thing.
Donald Trump is going to be up for, we're going to see what's up with Donald. Then we got the no likes on Instagram. Let's just see how that's going to influence the elections and life. It's going to be, like you said, it's going to be pretty interesting. Don't give me that look like that. We were just talking about those two things, and they go right together next week on Monday. Both. Hot off the press.
Oh, you think it's happening right on Monday?
Well,
that's
they
what-
said
yeah.
they said next week.
Yeah.
They said beginning of
early
next
as
week,
next-
as
early
early
as
as
Early,
next
yeah,
week.
you're right. But I'm gonna assume
This
on
is
Monday.
risky, man.
You know what I'm
I
saying?
don't
I think it'll be good for up and
refreshing.
coming.
I don't believe it. I'm gonna be real with you.
Really?
I don't believe it.
Really, talk to me. Why not?
I'm
there's multiple posts about it.
I want to see this.
Oh, you gonna see it next week?
Yeah,
motherfucker.
yeah, because it's
see
already
this
happening in London
I'm
and
glad we
Europe
had
and
this
shit.
conversation, but to all be real, I'm like, yeah, okay.
You don't think it's gonna happen? Nah, they're gonna do it. They're gonna do it. It's gonna make some sense.
But does it really affect?
They
our
did it
lives,
in
though?
another region, you said?
Yeah, they did.
Yeah.
So I want to see that region's Instagram because I just don't imagine how it's gonna look.
Just imagine scrolling down with no likes, but you can still see the comments,
You see the pictures and just no likes.
and you'll see the comments.
I want to see that
But
other.
but the
region's
button, but the
Instagram.
buttons will still probably be there
Yeah.
because you could like it, but it
We
won't
don't- I
come
wanna-
public.
Have you seen the
No.
Liverpool's? I
Nah,
need to
I
see
haven't. I
Liverpool's.
haven't.
Shout out London. Shout out London. Bruv. We
Crop check.
lit out here, bruv. Crop check. Got the crop checks. All right, bruv. From we out of here, bruv. Let's get out of here.
Listen, this has been great.
go get some food,
yo,
bruv.
let's absolutely let's go get some food. Listen, thanks for stopping
Yo,
by.
thank you,
Literally,
bro.
y'all. Listen, he was in the area. You know what I'm saying? It was like, yo, you trying to stop on in, and this is what this is about. That's what we doing this for,
Exactly,
motherfuckers.
exactly.
So listen, I am Dean. That is the Madman Los. That's Mr. Motherfucking Free World, and we are out, bitches.
Konnichiwa, bitches.